Hi, Kenny Weiss again, life and business coach, and I specialize in helping people overcome their fears. Today I want to talk about money, and specifically, I want to talk about those clients or customers that we all get who say, I really like what you offer, your product or service, but I just can't afford it right now. Heck, I used to say that for years about everything in my life. Well, the truth is it's a lie. We can't afford it. But we're living in a belief system that keeps us from affording it. Most of the time, it's been put on us by somebody else. It's been a thought system, belief system that's been passed down. Generally happens when we're younger. Either directly, a parent says, you flat aren't worth it. Yeah, I want this candy. No, you don't deserve it. You're not good enough. You're not worth that piece. Or indirectly, which was my case. Indirectly, it can happen by observing something and then you make a judgment of, okay, I guess I must not be worth this. Or in my case, something is done and I interpret it. Here's how it happened for me. I was 8 years old and we went to buy football equipment. And I pick out this helmet and shoulder pads, kind of everything, and turn to my dad, and my dad's like, okay, well, I guess that's it. You know what I heard? This is what I heard. For years, I thought this is what he said. I thought he said, you know what, we're going to get this, but you don't deserve it. You're not worth it. And you know what, it's a pain in my you-know-what that I have to buy this for you. Now, did he say any of that? No. But watching his expression, that's what it looked like to me. Now, here's how my dad learned it. This story is kind of funny. I was a couple years older, 10 or 12 years old, and my grandfather, his dad, owned these condo complexes. And we're leaving one day, and as we pull out, turn the corner, you had this tree in front, great tree, and I have still to this day have never seen a tree so perfectly teepeed in my entire life. I mean, it is covered. It's the best job I've ever seen. So what does he do? Pulls the car over, gets out, walks up to that tree, and he starts taking every single piece of toilet paper off that tree, off the ground, whatever he could get his hands on. Even little rolls, he's rolling it up, he's folding it. He takes it all back to the car and takes it back inside his house. You see, somebody told him he wasn't enough, that he wasn't worth it, and so he better get used stuff just in case. He passed it to my dad, this stress around money, and my dad passed it to me. Now, is any of it true? No. But what happens is when you get stuck in that pattern, like with me, for years, I'd get close to success and back off. This constant wave, constantly stressing and thinking about money. And you know what you end up doing? You become somewhat of a hoarder. Now, I'm not talking the show. I'm talking simple things, like a cookie, eating down to the bottom and waiting, saving that last cookie because you might run out. What if you can't afford another one? Or a package comes and you don't open it. I used to let it sit there and leave it for hours. I'd go off and do everything. So I was prolonging the excitement because who knows when I'd ever get this again. And even though I've done the work to get past it, this is how pervasive and powerful it is. Even now, today, I woke up, or not woke up this morning, but I was out for a drive. I knew I was going to do this video, and I had remembered that this morning I threw this away. It's a to-do list. And look, it's filled, right? Front and back. But there's a little space here. I realized it had been sitting on my desk just because of that space. That's why I threw it out. See, the subconscious thought was, I better use this all the way up. Just like that toilet paper. I may never get any more. The $1.49 for 1,000 pages of a little notepad. I can't afford it. I better save it. See, when you live in a life like that, in a mindset, that's how you live it. You create it. So I immediately wadded it up, threw it away. So what's the solution? 3 things. I mean, there are plenty, but these are 3 good ones. All right. First one, go through your entire life. Your closets, your garage, everything. Get rid of this. Get rid of the boxes, the cookies, the stuff you haven't used for months, the stuff you save, like I did, a box. That I'd open up that package, I'd save that box. Because maybe one day I'll move and need it. Who cares that I can go down to the store and get them for free? But see, you don't even recognize that you're doing it. That's how powerful it is. Look through your life where you're hoarding on with this feeling of scarcity that I may never get it. Get it out, make room for success. Make room, space for new things to come in, because you won't be able to afford it or get it if there's no room for it. You'll say to yourself, I already have it, I don't need it. You'll keep yourself down. Number 2, mirror work. Stand in front of a mirror, and whatever message was sent to you, like indirectly for me, was, you aren't worth it. Well, I stood in front of a mirror and said, I am worth it, and I deserve to have money. Now, the first time I did it, my eyes were like, I couldn't even look myself in the face. I was laughing, this is so silly. The more you laugh, the more you try and not do it, the more you think it's stupid, the more it's affected you. Try it right now. Go into a mirror, and if you can't do it, or if you're going, oh, if you can't even get to the mirror, that's how powerful it is in your life, and that's why you can't afford anything. Number 3. You know, when you go to buy something, you have 2 choices. What do you always do? There's a less expensive and a more expensive. How do you think about it? What questions do you ask yourself? Well, what if this happens or that happens? I really want this, but I probably can't afford it. What if so you take the cheap one. You know what I do? I take the more expensive one every single time. You know why? Because it forces me to make new choices. The old choices kept me in scarcity, kept me broke. The new choices make me go, well, maybe I need to do a little extra work or sacrifice somewhere else. Or maybe I will trust that if I'm making the right choices, money will follow me. I've always been able to afford this when I've done it. It's when I go down here, all of a sudden I can't afford this. So I want you to ask yourself a question. How much more could I afford in my life if I got that message off my back that somebody put on me, directly or indirectly, when I was this big? Remember, when you change your questions, you change your life. Thanks for listening. Website again is www.coachingtoclarity.org, not .com. Send me any questions or thoughts. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day.